Hey everybody, so we're going to do some small batch canning today so I can knock out some cucumbers. I got these for Dill, and I've got these for some bread and butters. I've got my jars washed and in the water bath canner. I'm hoping that's just 1 quart, and you want to make sure you cut off at least the blossom end because that has enzymes in it that can make your pickles mushy. You also want to make sure that you process your pickles for the proper time, or that will also make them mushy. A lot of people under process thinking it'll keep it crunchy, and it's actually the opposite. So we're going to be using apple cider vinegar. You want to make sure with any of your canning you're using a 5% acidity. And then we're going to be using these ball small batch mixes. So we're going to be using 2 cups of water to 1 cup of apple cider vinegar and a 1/4 cup of this mix, and it comes with the pickle crisp already mixed in. They didn't used to do that. So that's the bread and butter, and this is the dill pickle. And I always hope that I have enough. And if you have leftover, you can just put it in the refrigerator until you make your next batch of pickles. That's 1 cup of vinegar. You can use white vinegar as well. And 2 cups of water. And if you ever notice that your pickles are wrinkling, that is either too much salt or too much vinegar. Or an old pickle. Cucumber. Get our 1/4 cup measure. I always try to stir it up a little bit so I know that I'm getting all the spices. And this has the celery seed, the allspice, the mustard seed. And just add that to your brine and stir it up and bring it to a boil. Don't inhale. I always say that after I inhale. So I'm going to let that come up to a boil, and then we will come back and pack our jars and put the brine in. Okay, we've come to a low boil. I should have done that on that back burner. A clean towel. Pack my jars pretty good. In hopes that I don't have them floating to the top. went out and found 2 more cucumbers. Wanted to make sure I got them all. I don't know how I miss them sometimes. When I find them, I like, oh, it's right in front of my face. Surely that didn't grow in a few hours. You'd be amazed at how fast cucumbers grow. So, pack them in. This jar's hot. I only put 3 jars in there. I think I'm going to have to add another jar to the pot. We are going to have a lot of pickles this year. This is my biggest cucumber year. The tomatoes are finally starting to come in pretty good. So I'm hoping for my salsa. Oh, did you know that the WEF, you know who WEF is? You know, you'll have nothing and be happy, the WEF. They are not wanting people to own personal cars. That is their next move. And I will put that article down below. I was like, say what? You're saying there's not enough resources for everyone to have one. I don't know about where you live, but here public transportation really isn't a thing. I mean, since I've moved here, I've always said you have to literally drive your bike somewhere to ride it, you know, safely in an area, because people here aren't as in tune to pedestrians as they are in California. But the public transportation, I mean, the infrastructure isn't set up for all electric, let alone taking away people's ability to travel freely in their own vehicle. That's my personal opinion. So I have that many left, which really won't make a jar, so we'll see what we have for the dill pickles. These will process for 10 minutes. Quarts will process for 15. hurt. You fill it up to 1/4 inch of head space. Well, heck. I'm going to debubble with the chopstick. Just because a chopstick gets in there better than your long debubbler or your fatter debubbler. Now, a lot of the little seasonings go down to the bottom of the pan. So after I fill my jars, I scoop those out into my jars. See that little pile there? And these containers, the reason I buy these, if you're wondering, is because it's easier when you have a small batch like this than opening one of those big packages. You could always use your own spices as well. My dogs. Get a rag or a paper towel and some water. There's no grease or oil, so you don't have to use vinegar. I try to save my ingredients where I can. So if I don't have to... Oh, crap. I gotta start completely over. You know what? I forgot the sugar. Okay guys, we're not starting over. I drained the brine. And for the amount of vinegar and water we're using 1. And 1/4 cups of sugar. We can fix it. You can fix anything. Stir that up and get it hot again, and then we will refill our jars with the brine. No big deal. And this is already hot, so that's dissolving really fast. So when it comes back to a low bubble, I'll be back. Okay guys, refill number 2. Can't believe I forgot the sugar. I'm just doing the same thing we did before, so you can fix anything. I mean, we didn't put them in the canner, so no harm, no foul. We got this. Hubby's taking out the trash, so ignore any beeps. Or noises. So he's fixing to put the bag in the trash can. So I'll just continue to fill these. You saw it the last time, and then we'll come back when we're wiping the rims. Okay, back to where we had left off originally. Wipe your rims. Make sure you debubble again. I'm using the ball lids, so I won't be heating those up. If I were using my Lehman's, I would be heating those up. This one, I just washed them. Another, I need 2 wide mouth rings. Fingertip tight. Here's my grabbers. Minutes for those, and I put the rest of the brine in my jar that had beets, and that'll go in the refrigerator. So now we're going to do the same thing for the dill pickle. 2 cups of water. One cup of apple cider vinegar. And a 1/4 cup of our dill mix. And if you don't like their dill mix, just put in a couple of garlic cloves, 10 to 15 peppercorns, a teaspoon of salt, half of a small bay leaf, and a teaspoon or 2, depending on how dilly you like it, of dill seed, or you can put in a few sprigs of dill weed. And you would do that for each jar. You don't want to have too much bay leaf, or it'll kind of overpower the flavor. going to do the same thing. No sugar required in this one. So I put that back there, and I'm going to fill my jar. Put in our pickles. We got all those whole ones in. And I have these slices left. So I'm just going to, that's Mitzi trying to get somebody to play with her. She's dog challenged. She doesn't really know how to dog. That's Bella talking to the other dogs. She got that from Precious. My Precious was the boss of the house. And she used to tell Bella how it is, and now Bella tells them. So, there we go, and there's that many left, so I'll just eat them. So that's all of today's cucumbers. I didn't want to be up late tonight canning, so I'm tired. I'm going to make a simple dinner. The night before I made that pot roast, we had chicken salad sandwiches. I think, pickled beets and sweet potato chips. So tonight we're going to have the baked Japanese sweet potatoes and I don't know, probably some broccoli or something. I'm gonna have a veggie night. And then tomorrow, I don't know, Wednesday I'll probably do the lasagna out in the sun oven. And then Thursday it's only going to be 99. And possibly rain chances for the Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, so we'll see. But I'll take 99 over 100 and whatever. That's very dilly. And this also has the pickle crisp in it. If you're doing yours from scratch with your garlic cloves, peppercorns, bay, either fresh dill, dry dill, dill seed, salt, you would add 1/8 of a teaspoon of pickle crisp if you want to use that per jar. Okay, I don't know if you heard me before my camera cut me off. If you want to use pickle crisp in this, you would use 1/8 of a teaspoon per jar with your spices. And since I'm only doing one jar here, I'm scooping all the way down to the bottom so I can make sure I'm getting all the garlic and bay, and they use dill seed in this mix. Uh-oh, too full. Quarter inch of headspace. Debubble. And that put it down a little bit as well. So we're good. And if you have a cucumber or so left and you're doing these, just add your slices to a jar of whole dills. A lot of times you'll have space because you can't fit another whole dill in there. Just throw in some slices. And these will process for 15 minutes. So I will see you when these all come out. Okay, these are popping. That one's ready. And we're done, you guys. There's our small batch canning of pickles. So you can make the brine from scratch. You don't have to buy those containers. And use your vinegar and water and what have you. And I also wanted to tell you, if you're interested in Misfit, I'm not affiliated. Everybody gets a code if they're a customer. And right now they're doing $30 off, and you have to order $30 to get it shipped. So that's essentially, you can get your product for free. You're just paying for shipping, which is $7.99. So I will put that code down below. I would get $30 in meat personally and pay that $7.99 shipping, and you're essentially getting some free meat. So if you're interested, I will put that code down below. It's a temporary savings. So yeah, anyways, I just thought I'd share that, and you'll get the same benefit if you purchase from them. You'll get codes that you can share with your friends. So anyways, I'm not affiliated, just thought I'd share that. So I will put that with the article about not owning your own car. And you all stay safe, you stay healthy, you stay cool, and hopefully we'll be getting some rain and cooler temperatures by Thursday.